Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live webinar for today entitled 7 Ways to Grow Your Business. My name is James Lim, and I'm a business development and sales coordinator here at Brew Accounting. And I'll be your moderator for today. Now, I'd like to introduce today's presenter, Joanna Stewart, Director of Brew Accounting. Joanna has a passion for supporting small business to achieve mind freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom. She has worked across the globe leading large and small finance functions to deliver strategic business goals, and she founded Brew Accounting 10 years ago and has gathered an excellent team of professionals together to support you and your small business to grow and prosper. Now, without further ado, let's all welcome Joanna Stewart.
Thank you very much, James. It's great to have you all here. Thanks for taking the time to be here today. I'd like to kick things off with some wise words for the session from Thomas Jefferson. If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. These words were written about 230 years ago. They're as true today as they were then. This session today is about challenging you to do something different in your business so you can get results you've never achieved. This topic is one of my favorite business growth. As per the agenda, we will cover the crucial steps to achieve business growth. I encourage you to take notes and submit questions via the chat box. Remember to download the workbook from the shared file tab if you haven't already. Before we get stuck in, I just want to throw in our usual disclaimer that the information in this educational webinar is general in nature and no substitute for the tailored advice specific to your particular circumstances. One of the biggest problems in small business is FTI, or failure to implement. If you don't write your actions down, you won't remember them. Just like if you don't write down your business goals for the next year, you'll be far less likely to achieve them. We want you to get maximum value from this webinar, so if you have any questions, please submit them at any time via the chat panel. We'll cover how you need to make the choices to change and how to develop a roadmap and dashboard for your business. We'll then get into 7 ways to grow your business, and I'll show you a worked example which demonstrates how you can make seemingly small adjustments to your business, but the compound effect on the bottom line and cash flow can be very significant. Then it's accountability time, when you have to decide what actions you're going to take as a result of coming along today. If you have any questions during the webinar, send them through and we'll make sure they're answered at the end. We've been through a lot recently, and it's likely you know you need to make some changes in your business. Change won't just happen on its own. You have to make the choices to change. You're in control of how you respond to the recent crisis. There are generally 5 steps in the process. The first is being aware that you need to change. It's unlikely your business has been able to continue as normal and change needs to be made. The next step is to accept that you need to change. It may not be easy, but the alternative of not changing won't be easy either. Now you've accepted change is needed, you need to take action. What steps do you need to take to enable the change? Most people get stuck here. They may respond to immediate actions while in crisis mode, but fail to take the action required. To make sure you do take action, accountability is required. Being held accountable by someone independent really does make things happen. And finally, take time to acknowledge the change you've actioned. Take your team on the journey and give them positive reinforcement. Before you can make a plan for where you want your business to go, you must first understand where your business is at now, which is your point A. The impact of COVID-19 means that it's likely you're further away from your destination than you would have been. Point B may be harder to get to now. It's likely your original point B is still possible. It may just take longer, or the route to get there might look a little different. For example, before COVID, your point A may have been a 50,000 overdraft and your goal was to reach point B of having 50,000 cash in the bank within 12 months. So you've had to increase your bank account by 100,000 to reach point B. What does point A in your business look like now? Maybe you had to extend your overdraft by another 25,000 to cover your expenses over lockdown. So far, point A is now a 75,000 overdraft, and the journey to point B is increasing the cash in your account by 125,000. It might be more realistic to aim to reach point B in 2 years instead of 12 months. Do you know what point A looks like in your business? What is your goal for point B? What does the journey to get there look like? So now you know where you are as a result of COVID, and you know where you want to go. You need to revise your plan. This could be reviewing and updating your existing business plan, or it could be developing a business recovery plan. If the impact on your business has been minimal, it's likely an update to your business plan would be your best option. If your business has been significantly impacted, we recommend a business recovery plan. This will help you revise your personal budget to reduce the pressure on your business's cash flow, determine whether any additional finance is needed, and revise your business budget and break-even analysis. You'll also establish your most critical KPIs to monitor at this time and identify opportunities, vulnerabilities, and critical challenges. You'll then identify risks in each department of your business as well as mitigation strategies. Then set annual and 90-day goals to ensure you achieve your plan. When working out your budget, start with the profit you need your business to deliver to you, and then work your way up to determine the required sales level. So in this example, we're starting from the bottom and moving up. And old is your pre-COVID plan and new is your post-COVID plan. In the past, 150,000 might have been your target profit for your business to deliver what you want. Being in lockdown may have shown that you can live on less. So after revising your personal budget, you may be able to reduce your profit target to 130,000 to reduce pressure on your business. Your overheads were 350,000, but after leaving no stone unturned when reviewing expenses, you might be able to trim that down to 325,000. This gives us a gross profit target of 455,000. If we want to keep our gross profit percentage at 39%, we would need to achieve sales of 1,166,667. While this is lower than our previous target, we may need to have a more brutal look at our expenses to ensure our goal is attainable in the current climate. Of course, you'll need to develop this in more detail. You then need to break this down into monthly targets and monitor these to make sure you're on track. Now you know where you're going and what you want to achieve, it's time to set up your dashboard. The dashboard on your car shows you how fast you're going, how much fuel you have left, and the temperature on your engine. It gives you an indication about whether you'll make it to your destination. It's the same in business. The things on your business dashboard are key performance indicators, or KPIs. Essentially, they're measures which tell you if you're on track to achieving your plan. Your dashboard should show the top 4 or 5 measures which drive most of your business improvement. Focusing on a small number of KPIs allows you to capture, monitor, report, and improve them on a regular basis. Your most important KPIs will depend on the type of business you have, as well as your goals. For example, a manufacturer's most important KPI might be gross profit percentage, cost of rework, work in progress days, or debtor days. While for a retailer, their KPIs might be sales, gross profit percentage, average client spend, and transaction frequency. It's important you determine which KPIs you should be measuring, set goals for improvement, and establish a dashboard to regularly monitor how you're progressing. When you set goals, do you have someone to hold you accountable for what you're committed to? What are the consequences for you if you don't achieve your goals? Do you have a soft coach or a hard coach? Remember the 5 A's of change. One of them was accountability. You simply must have someone independent hold you accountable to your actions, and there should be consequences for inaction. Having your spouse hold you accountable generally doesn't work. Independence is key. To summarize, if your business is the vehicle that delivers to you what you want in life, the top 4 things you need to do to make sure you get to your destination are: set an annual plan, set an annual budget, set and measure your 4 to 5 most important KPIs, and have someone independent hold you accountable to your plan. Before we get started on the 7 ways to grow your business, it's important for you to understand the marketing flywheel. This concept shows how to attract, engage, and delight customers and demonstrates that you shouldn't just focus on gaining new customers, but that you should focus on delighting your current customers. First, we have strangers, people who haven't heard about our business. So starting on the inner wheel on the top right, we can do some marketing to introduce our business to these strangers, who will then become prospects who have the opportunity to buy. When those prospects make a purchase, they become customers. And if we treat them right, these customers will become our promoters. The more promoters we have, the more people we have to speak to strangers about our business, so the cycle continues. In order to attract prospects to our business, we need to provide value before we extract value. Think about what they'll get from doing business with you and the problems you can solve. To convert prospects into customers, we must engage them by making it as easy as possible for them to buy from us. Our marketing is what attracts and engages prospects and turns them into customers. Our sale processes should ensure customers continue to be engaged and are followed up with really good service. Delighted customers will share their feedback with strangers, creating more prospects, customers, and promoters. The level of service we provide determines how we delight and attract current and future customers. The aim is to keep the marketing flywheel spinning as fast as possible, converting more strangers into prospects and prospects into customers, and providing such good service that those customers become promoters. Following this process is essential to growing your business. So now here we are, the 7 ways to grow your business. The first way to grow your business is to increase your customer retention rate. It's much cheaper to make sales to existing customers. In fact, statistics show that it's 6 times easier and cheaper to make sales to existing customers than it is to new customers. By delighting our customers, we make them want to return, therefore increasing our customer retention rate. Here is an opportunity for you to share on the chat section, what do you do to delight your customers? For us, we offer our clients an annual complimentary client review where we go through their business and personal goals, issues and challenges they are facing in their business, example, growth, profitability, cash flow, succession, etc., and how we can work together to overcome these. Follow the FGG principle to delight your customers. Find out what they want, go get it, and give it to them. So, good question. What do you do to delight your customers, everyone? The second way to grow your business is to generate more leads. The best way to generate more leads is to delight your customers so they become promoters and provide you with more leads. You can purely rely on your existing customers to do your marketing for you. You can't purely rely. So you must attract strangers using your marketing strategies and providing value. This may be a free download or on your website or a free trial or consultation. Show them the problems you'll solve if they engage you in a service. The third way to grow your business is to increase your conversion rate. Do you measure how successful you are at converting leads, quotes, and proposals into sales? Do you regularly review why you aren't converting more? You should be monitoring the conversion rates of all members of your sales team. If some are performing better than others, find out why. Are you using the right people in the sales process? A key to successfully converting sales is to ensure you're dealing with a decision maker. Don't deal with a gatekeeper. Get straight to the people who can make things happen. You should also offer a range of options so that the question becomes, which option should I buy, rather than should I buy? The fourth way to grow your business is to increase transaction frequency. As I said earlier, it's much harder to sell to new customers than it is to sell to existing customers. So it makes sense to encourage those customers to buy from you more often. You can do this by sending reminders, introducing VIP cards, or offering special deals to existing customers. The fifth way to grow your business is to increase the transaction value. This doesn't necessarily mean increasing your prices. Think about how you could add more value to your customers. Could you provide them with a range of options? Is it clear what your business offers? Don't assume they already know. Tell them. Follow the would you like fries with that concept? Adapt this to your business. Try not to offer a discount unless the customer has purchased an add-on. The sixth way to grow your business is to reduce your variable costs. These are the costs which increase as sales increase, such as direct labor, cost of materials, and sales commissions. Implementing better systems to accurately record time and materials used, as well as implementing strategies to reduce rework and wastage, will help reduce your variable costs. The final way to grow your business is to reduce your overheads. These are your fixed costs like phone, power, rent, office supplies. How often do you review your overheads? It should normally be done annually. However, if you haven't already reviewed them as part of your recovery plan, you must do so now. Go through your annual financial statements or your zero reports and identify overheads you could potentially reduce. You may be able to negotiate better terms for your utilities and rent or reduce the amount of office supplies being used. While we're on this subject, let's talk about accounting fees. We're telling you to reduce your costs, so if you think we are a cost, then you should cut us now. But if you want to work with us as a strategic partner in your business, then you need us now more than ever. Think of us as an investment rather than a cost. Our goal is to save you more in tax or help you grow your business way more than any extra you may pay in accounting fees. So now we go to the growth equation, which is a calculator we use to show how small changes can have a big impact on profit. By monitoring your KPIs, you can set goals for improvement. The calculator shows you the 7 ways to grow your business in action. For efficiency, during the webinar, we've used screenshots of the calculator. We can sit down with you and run your numbers to see the impact small changes will make for your business and determine goals for improving your KPIs to achieve that new profit. Let's have a quick look at the current KPIs and profit for this example company. Then I'll show you the impact small changes make on the profit and value of the business. Please note that the numbers have all been rounded in case anyone is trying to do the calculation in their head. This company has 765 customers with a retention rate of 85%, giving them an average of 650 retained customers. They received 145 queries with a conversion rate of 50%, which gives them a total of 723 customers. Each customer makes an average 1.1 transactions per year, with an average transaction value of 1,560. This results in annual sales of 1,240,000. Their cost of goods sold is 70% and overhead expenses are 265,000. This leaves them with a net profit of 107,000. To demonstrate the increase in the value of the business, we used a very basic valuation multiplier of 3 times the profit in the calculator. This isn't actually how we would value the business, but it provides a very rough guide. So the current value of this example business is just over 320,000. So what changes could this business make to improve its profit and therefore its value? The first way to grow your business is to increase your customer retention rate. Let's say this business implements a customer loyalty program and creates a customer Facebook group. This results in an increase in their retention rate from 85% to 90%. They now retain an additional 39 customers. They received the same number of inquiries, but due to the impact of COVID-19, their conversion rate drops to 45%. This means they only acquire 65 new customers during the year. Their total number of customers is now 754. The customer loyalty program means that customers now make an average of 1.3 transactions per year and spend an extra $40 per transaction. Sales have now increased to almost 1,568,000. If the business negotiates better terms with their supplier or improves their inventory processes, cost of goods sold might reduce to 65%. These changes to the KPI come about due to additional coaching from their accountant. This means that expenses have increased. As well as the additional investment in their accountant, there was also an increase in wage cost, so expenses increased by a total of $35,000. This gives a new profit of $248,730, an increase of $141,658. The valuation using this very basic valuation multiplier of 3 times the profit has increased by $425,000. As you can see, the business only had to make small changes, but more than doubled their net profit. By focusing on delighting your customer, you retain more of them and they're more likely to buy from you more often and spend more when they do buy from you. Remember, this is just an example, client, and your numbers will be different. We can meet up with you to input your numbers into the growth equation calculator to work out the impact small changes could have on your business. So, Albert Einstein famously said, "Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results." We all know this, right? So, what do you have to do differently this year? We have these 4 choices. Do nothing. This was a nice webinar. Yeah, I know I should probably do some things differently, but change seems a bit too hard. Or you can retreat. I might try a couple of things, but have a couple of bad days in the business, so I retreat. The other option, number 3, is take normal amounts of action. I do a few easier things here and there and get some quick cash flow improvements, but I haven't really fundamentally changed my business. So those quick wins evaporate along with the quick cash. Or the 4th option is to take massive amounts of action. I want to fundamentally change my business because it's here to serve me and not the other way around. So, as the old saying goes, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. We know that's not possible in the current environment. If you do what you've always done, you'll get less than what you used to get. The information in this educational webinar is general in nature and no substitute for specific tailored advice and support. There are several ways that we can help you more specifically beyond today's webinar. Firstly, if you don't already have a business plan, we can work with you to develop yours over a half-day session. If you need a bit of accountability to ensure you're on track to achieving your goals, we can meet with you quarterly to review and reset the goals and actions in your business plan. We do offer other coaching options if you'd prefer more frequent accountability coaching. We're also offering all attendees the opportunity to complete a 7 ways to grow your business action list. This allows you to identify the actions you can take to grow your business. We'll then have a 15-minute complimentary call where we will review your completed action list and ensure you've identified all the actions relevant to your business and that you have a plan to implement these changes. And finally, we offer our clients a 1-hour complimentary meeting each year. And if you're not a client yet, we offer a 1-hour complimentary meeting to establish if we're the right fit for you.
Okay, now it's time for our Q&A session. If you have any questions, just a reminder, please add them to the questions icon button down below, and we encourage everyone to do so. But we do have a couple of questions that was submitted earlier. First question, Joanna, why would we not just do a business plan, budget, and cash flow forecast when the bank asks us to do one?
Yeah, that's a good question, James. I guess the thing with banks, they'll often ask for a business plan, budget, and cash flow forecast when you approach them for a loan. And the reason they do that is because they want to minimize their risk around your ability to repay the loan. the thing is that I believe as business owners, we should be more interested in minimizing the risk in our business and optimizing our opportunity for being successful and achieving our personal and lifestyle goals. And so, to that end, I believe a business plan, budget, and cash flow forecast should be a must have for each of our businesses. Just James,
Very
while
well
I've got you,
said.
yeah, thanks. Just while I've got you there, I'll just encourage everyone to please answer the survey at the end of the webinar.
Yep,
Um, and once you've filled in the survey, you'll receive the 7 ways to grow your business resource directly emailed to you, and an opportunity to book a complimentary session with myself, which I would love to have a chat to you about your business, what issue, what stresses you, what successes you're having, and share some of our wisdom with you. Any more questions,
that's
James?
we have another one. It's actually related to the first one. So regarding that, when is the best time to actually do a business plan?
Yep, another good question. To me, I'd say if you don't have one, the best time to do it is right now, because if you, as we mentioned earlier in the slides, if you do not know where you're going, how are you going to get there? So we usually recommend to all our clients that they do it in the 11th or 12th month of their financial year, and that this is an annual process, because what drops out of the plan is the budget, and what drops out of the budget is what the team members need to achieve. And from what the team members need to achieve, this ensures that the business delivers to you what you want. So we believe the best time to do a business plan is on an annual basis in the 11th to 12th month of your financial year.
I agree. And for me, planning is really important. I heard this one saying, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail.
That's it. I certainly concur with that. And it's sometimes difficult to pull yourself out of the business when there are a lot of what we would think are important operational issues to be doing to do that strategic planning. But my experience is once you do that strategic plan, what falls out of it is actually what's on the page. If you just keep
That's right.
applying what you've said you're going to do, your 90-day goals, whatever, what falls out of it is that plan is delivered. So it's really worthwhile to take the time to do that business plan.
Okay. I guess that's it for now, Joanna. We don't have any more questions.
That's
So
great.
let's
Thank you
have our
very much.
parting thought.
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Before we go, I wanted to share this quote with you. Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying basic fundamentals. Make a simple plan today. Commit to at least 3 actions you'll take as a result of today's webinar. Write them down. Give each of them an owner and a completion date. Remember, if you need our support, we are here for you. Thanks for
Yes.
making the time to attend this webinar, everyone. We appreciate that your time is very valuable. Please complete the brief exit survey following this session so we can continuously improve and get your feedback on what other webinar topics you'd like to see from us. We hope we've given you plenty of ideas to ponder and some clear next steps for you and your business. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Joanna. Have a good day, everyone.